Hello! Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and those in between and beyond. Welcome once again to the College of Inspiration, where we seek to inspire you with our role-playing adventures. Today, we are continuing our Arkpoint campaign, our Fantasy Noire that explores the crime and politics in the city of Arkpoint. I am Cosmo, he, him, your host and game master for this campaign. And I am joined by Scarlet Song, she, her. Juniper Finch, he, him. Rain,
Hello.
he, him.
G'day.
And Alexander Kernest, he, him.
Good afternoon.
I just would like to say a quick thank you for everyone for your patience with, due to our break. Sickness comes and you can't control it, but it's so good to be back and good to see you all here. Another quick shout out. The art you will see in this campaign was done by two lovely artists. Scarlet Song has done our amazing character sprites and overlays.
So many new ones.
And you will see so many new ones in this coming storyline. And all the NPC art is provided by our friend Eldritch Flatcap. All the music provided for Arkpoint was composed by Kevin MacLeod. And one extra special announcement again. We would like to promote our friends of the stream, Lux. Lux is an indie platforming game being developed here in Australia. You can follow the protagonist Lou as she tries to bring the light in a world that's gone dark. You should definitely check out Lux video games on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Especially because you have the opportunity to have your own character in the game. They are taking submissions of OCs and such to fill out and make their main town in the game more lively. A few conditions to keep the style consistent. They have to be humanoid, but funny ears, tails, and horns and such are allowed. No colorful skin or fur, though if you're happy for the character with rainbow colors to be redrawn more human-like with natural tones, then you're welcome to submit them. You will be fully credited in the case your character is used. And even if you don't have a character to submit, you should still check out Lux. Their demo will be released November 25th. Actually, if you check out the most recent video on their platforms, you will see, you can see Scarlet's lovely OC, Mocha. And I think...
Sorry, I'll shut up.
No, you're alright. I think that's all of the announcements for now. But before we get into the game, something pretty exciting, which I will be showing you right now. Welcome back.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Okay, so that's the first time I've seen that.
Yes.
You conspired against us. You hid this from us.
I posted a hint earlier today.
You pressed to the top of an E.
some of the logo in there.
Aesthetic-y, mind you.
I thought it was merch.
Oh my god, that looks fantastic.
So
Oh,
that is our
damn.
new intro for Arkpoint, made by the wonderful Patch from Quest Junkies UK.
Of course, that makes sense. Wait a minute, I helped with this. Why am I surprised?
Yeah, you provided some assets.
Just didn't think it would be done.
So
And there were
yes, a
some
big
fine
thank you to
assets.
Patch for putting that together for us. Go check out Quest Junkies UK. If you enjoy our games, you will love what they do over there. Scarlett's even been in a few of them.
Yes, I have been in their Vampire the Masquerade miniseries and several one-shots. They are very good friends of mine. Please give them love.
And if you want to see Patch as a player in one of our games on our YouTube,
Oh, yeah.
you can find the
Kingdom of the Crystal Quaddle.
Kingdom of the Crystal Quaddle one shot. Patch plays a satyr monk in that, and it's honestly
They were
lovely.
Morty, yeah.
Yeah. Eldritch Blackcap actually did some fan art of the big hug he gave it.
Crunch.
Yes.
That game had 2 monks with Stunning Strike, and I don't think I'll ever fully recover from that.
To be
See,
fair,
I'm
though,
actually very nice. I'm a nice monk.
Yeah.
Could
You're
be
you're
like that.
pretty good, honestly, yeah.
Monk together strong.
Return to monk.
Return to
Uh,
monk.
To monk.
you know what? I
Yeah.
kind of want to watch that again. How do we all feel about that?
Yes.
Yes,
Ooh, that
please,
was
please.
pretty tasty. Pretty tasty.
All right.
So this time we can comment over it, right?
Hell yeah.
You have
I'm
no
actually
idea
able to
how
do that.
long this has been
Uh,
in the works.
Honestly, I could.
I'm actually trying to figure out, like, there was the bit where, like, the light goes over the symbol. I'm like, I can't remember if I rendered that or not, or if that's Patch's work.
It was Patches.
All right.
Did very
I'll.
well.
Do we want to?
Yes, please, 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 please.
I'm happy to
please.
play it again. Should we? Do we want to talk over it or just?
Unless you want to watch it 3 times, which is also fine.
All right.
Ooh, do you want to, like, as we go through, like, say our names as we show appear on screen?
You know, I'm gonna play just basic version. We'll just watch it again, and then I'll
Okay.
replay it, and we can comment on it.
Can you
Sounds
tell
good.
how excited we are?
Oh, she's
Alright.
excited too.
Be right back after this amazing intro.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, tasty.
Just so good.
All right. Let's.
Oh,
let's
It was actually better the second time.
well, let's try third time. Third time's the charm, I guess. But yeah,
With commentary.
feel free to say what you love about it.
Where do we even start?
I mean, yeah, like
here, this
everything.
part,
Yeah,
amazing.
just right off the bat.
I really
like
love
this
the
bit.
way that the lights.
oh yes.
Oh, so tasty.
I love that. I didn't realize Scoop's first name was Investigator, so that's cool.
It's cool.
We had to balance out the name somehow.
Yeah, we had to pad it out a little because Rain as Scoop was such a short title.
It was just like. ding.
It's to the
I
point,
really
it's
love
just-
the shadows on the text as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like the fact that the light passes over glints and the shadows is like.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And like the way, like the whole composition of it really highlights the sort of stained glass style you get in the character's art as well.
Thank you.
And doubling down on Scarlet's point, that kind of, it's almost like a searchlight, if you will. Like it adds, there is a sense of looking that is happening as we're going through this, which I really like.
Are they cops?
I mean, one of us is.
One of us is a cop.
I'm definitely
I'm not telling
a
which
cop.
one.
I just
One of us works for the government.
So for context, this has been in the works since the poster got done.
Ah, I see.
But yes,
I don't know how time works.
once again, shout out to Patch.
Mm-hmm.
We love you, Patch. You've done amazing work.
Oh,
Mwah.
holy hell, yeah.
Woo! Absolute mad lad.
Makes you feel like so like does it bad that like straight after we saw that I was just like, yep, now we were already pretty professional as a show, but now I'm like, oh crap. I guess we're a show now.
Woo. All right.
Okay.
I think
So that was the first taste of delicious things, Cosmo. What else is on the menu at the bar?
well, let's get into our game and start revealing this fantastic new character art, shall we?
Excellent. I'll take one, please.
Okay. Let me just bring up my little thing I wrote out here.
Our voice.
Say the line, Bart.
Say the line.
Last time in Arkpoint. After the events following Janice's kidnapping and rescue, the crew continued their lives, though not without changes. Janice threw himself more into both his work and with his father and his brawls at Panama's Fight Club. Scoop found his office more cluttered and messy than usual and jumped at opportunities to get away from it. Miss Cotter busied herself helping Bonnie prepare the fundraiser gala for the Sanguis Rehabilitation and Recovery Center. And the accountant made the biggest change, leaving the Otello family, offering a partnership with Scoop, coming clean to about his work to Janice, and accepting an invitation to be Miss Cotter's +1 at the gala.
When you say it like that, it does sound like a lot.
Yeah, you made quite a few life changes in the last episode.
You had like 5 or 6 scenes, man.
January 1st somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
It was a Monday.
Oh. And just as everyone was getting ready for the gala, some shadowy figures met and plotted. I almost forgot about that.
Oh yes, the plot.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of here.
Surprises keep on
Sorry.
coming, huh?
Wait a minute, are we the shadowy figures?
Here they
Oh,
are.
actually though.
Ta-da!
You're some shadowy figures, and you're the shadowy figures.
If anyone was going to be our downfall, it would be us.
I mean, yes,
I'm just
that's.
saying.
I mean, if we want to make this a tragedy, yeah. And who's saying it's
well.
not heading that direction?
Well,
We haven't hit the end of the second act, baby.
Yeah. Okay, so it is the night of the fundraising gala for the Sanguis Rehabilitation and Recovery Center, a pet project that Bonnie Sanguis has been working on for the past half a year, roughly. You've all had individual invitations for your reasoning to attend. Who should we start with? Probably the one that makes the most sense is Miss Cotter.
I had to be mentally prepared for that, and I'm like, yeah. All right, here we go.
Should we start at the Sanguis townhouse, getting ready, or would you prefer to start right away at the venue?
In the wise words of Miss Cotter, just get it done.
All right. you've spent the early afternoon, actually probably before, like, the late morning, getting ready, so you could spend the afternoon making sure that the whole event is ready for guests to arrive in the evening, before sunset. Plan is to have everyone aboard the Cardinal Majesty, a sort of steam paddler boat that caters to high-end kind of high society cruises along the river and out into the bay. We find ourselves on board the Cardinal Majesty. You were joined, of course, by Bonnie Sanguis and Dame Naval.
All right.
They are both organizing everything with the caterers and the bar staff, and just making sure everything is ready and in position. You're making sure that the area for the band will be ready for them when they arrive. They're discussing with the
Understood.
captain and the crew. You know,
Right.
the idea is everyone will arrive as the boat makes its way out into the bay. There'll be a bit of a speech, and then everyone will watch the sunset over the ocean, and then mingling and whatnot will happen till about late night, probably 10 p.m. Make the way back into the city.
Right. Sorry, my reactive's being a little bit fussy. So, what Miss Cotter has been doing is her job. After all, it's the only thing that she can focus on because she is nervous. I don't think anyone has ever seen her this particularly nervous ever, if possible, because she's basically in denial a little bit about being a guest still. So as she is flitting from
Yes.
the catering staff to the checklist to that she like fiddles with her hair a little bit because Lady Sanguis has helped out every inch of just getting her ready. And
I
as she
think
kind of,
honestly,
like-
as Lady Sanguis and that were getting ready in the morning, she was trying to tell you that, like, no, you can stay here and get ready later. You don't need to follow us. You're not, like, we can handle everything.
I'd be much more comfortable doing it if I joined you. Hi. I don't know. I mean, not hi. Sorry. Good morning. Good morning, mistress. Not mistress. Lady Sanguis. I also don't know how to
puts
do
her
my hair.
hand on your shoulders. Miss Cotter,
Yes.
it's okay. You can
Right.
join us if you like. I see that.
Thank you.
No worries.
Miss Cotter, for her part, as we've made our way down, she has stowed in a very simple and very quick to reach place her umbrella.
Mhm.
It is in a nice location. Her dress has been altered from when it was delivered the other day. It is this really gorgeous sort of velveteen organza with just sort of semi-goldish sort of flecks that run through it that match the brooch that she always wears. Because she always wears this brooch. She's never not without it. Her hair is down! Gasp! But also partially up, because as soon as she started to figure out what she was doing, she turned to Lady Sanguis and asked for help. And Lady Sanguis passed over like a hair ornament to sort of jazz it up, asked her about makeup, and Miss Cotter did like the head shaky, no, I'm good. But also, oh wait, no, I'm supposed to. Basically begged for help. She has gone. Her hair is super fluffy. She hasn't had her hair down like this in a long time either. And the sleeves that she has are sort of like more of a romantic bell shape. They also shimmer with the same sort of, I want to say iridescence. They start sort of matte at the top and then like move out into more transparent ombre, so you do not see the swirling markings that we as a party saw prior in the previous scene. And as she's done the rest of her duty, the one thing that she has grasped, ignoring the weight of this dress, which seems a little heavier than the other day, just a touch, just a tiny bit.
Luckily, no one else is wearing it right now.
No one
But
else is wearing it.
A keen eye would notice the way it sways is like, there seems to be some odd weight to it.
There is a surprisingly, for Miss Cotter, generous thigh slit on both sides. Showing, like, for the briefest moment, showing stockings. But to, again, keener eyes, there is most definitely the glint of, like, an entire, like, what's the word for him? Bandolier? of, like, daggers just at the highest point, just above where the slit ends. She is packed dangerously, but she is terrified. And the thing that she has in mind, and she's constantly checking on it and making sure it's still there, is that there is a single package with a beautiful gold ribbon wrapped nicely, finely, cleanly. She double checks like 17 times if it's still where she left it, and it's still there, but she's still freaking out. And she's waiting for backup because she desperately needs it.
Well, I think as you're getting everything ready, you help out where you can.
Is Nate there?
Or
Or did he stay at the house?
he's at the house. He didn't want to. After the last party where he worked, he's not
That's
feeling
fair.
confident attending. And also, he'd like the night off.
Fair, honestly.
Yeah.
He's been under a lot of pressure recently,
Yeah.
especially with Dame Naval around.
Yes. Another reason why I think he wants a bit of a break. Yes.
There's a to-do list.
I think.
Is there anything? Oh yes.
I was good.
I would say that. Hold on, you first.
No, you go. There's something you want
Just
to say?
it's very much the only thing that I think that, other than general like scram nervous, is Miss Cotter's keeping an eye on how Dame Naval and Lady Sanguis are interacting, and if Dame Naval Dame Naval was brought to help, but is she commandeering? Is she taking over? Like, does Lady Sanguis need backup? Like that sort of thing.
I mean, if you want to give me a quick insight check on that one, but
Insight?
Yep.
Alright then.
you'll know.
Bad. It's a 7.
I think Ms. Cotter is a bit too nervous to be. From the briefest look, it doesn't seem like it seems that they're sharing the duties more than anything.
All right. Understood.
But just in general, Dame Naval is quite a commanding figure. She seems
Understood.
comfortable telling people what to do.
Yes.
Whereas
Can't say
Bonnie
she's a fan.
is a bit more like, she's like, oh, can you please maybe do this thing? Whereas Dame Naval is like, we need this now.
Understood. All right, and that's duty and
Yeah.
staying, walking and pacing and looking for help.
And you spend the rest of the afternoon making sure everything is.
Oh, actually,
Ready.
the one thing that I would like to add, can I please look for escape routes?
Sure.
Quick
Quick investigation check on that one.
because given that Miss Cotta, she's firstly got the alert feat, but also I think Miss Cotta is in survival mode, and so she's looking for exits, like possible escape routes. Like, oh god, what if I have to get away from people? That's a natural 20.
Oh.
So you know she's really concerned specifically about that.
All right, I'll give you a quick sort of breakdown on the Cardinal Majesty in general. Then, so it's sort of got a main deck, you know, where you would always consider ground floor if it was a building, but that is the
Australian ground floor, right?
Yes.
Yes. No. I've discovered the difference since living overseas.
Okay. Whatever floor is at ground level when you walk in.
Understood.
So the main deck, on either side of the boat is a large paddle wheels, so one on either side. The main deck is primarily taken up by I don't know how you describe it. Like, it's walled in a sense. So there's like a walkway kind of deck around this middle structure, which goes all the way around. There's railing and whatnot, but the interior of this is the main sort of bar and
catering and tables and stuff.
So there's, to the rear of this section, there is the kitchen and facilities and whatnot. And then a sort of a round bar table takes up the port side of this room. There are various tables and chairs, and also plenty of standing space as well. It's
understood.
It's all in lovely dark wood and red decorations and whatnot. It's quite fancy and regal. Then the second deck above this is sort of towards the front of this. It's a smaller deck. Towards the front of this is the helm and some of the crew quarters.
Oh, it's crew quarters.
And the rear half of this second deck is a open area, kind of, could be a dance floor, could be a gathering spot, which is...
Scarlett's happy. Miss Cotter is not.
And that is open to the sky, though there are some mechanisms where you can see, like, you could pull over like a tarp, like a canvas covering to protect it from the weather.
Right.
And with a nat 20, you know that in the sort of facilities kitchen area, there is a way below deck to the underside. That's what's down there is storage and the engine room.
Storage, engine. All right, understood.
Yep.
I think that she takes the biggest. Oh, yes.
Sorry, one extra thing is there are 4 lifeboats attached because you were looking for specifically exit strategies.
How the heck to get out?
Yeah.
Lifeboats. I will say that the one thing that I will add to the way that Miss Cotter handles the area, she strategically goes through, and, you know, she's in high alert, scream, oh god, let nothing go wrong. She's gonna stow a couple of her knives just around the place, hidden like in like pot plants and like between, like underneath some things, just so in the worst case scenario she can just, you know, literally cut loose? ?
I think that might require a sleight of hand check.
All right,
to be stealthy enough to just hide knives around while people are prepping for a party.
Well, given the changes we've made since the party's leveled up,
yes,
I've actually am fairly decent these days. That's a 15.
That's pretty good.
The accountant's immediately going to see them all, but, like, you know, a girl can dream.
He's very aware of things. Oh, let's do a quick investigation for the random people at the party. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. From what you can tell, no one seems to have noticed these knives. They're too busy focusing on other things.
Yes. And they're like against pot plants and amongst other knives, you know, the usual stuff.
Yeah. Like you think you catch someone who's like dealing with like cutlery and stuff, like be like pick it up and be like, that's odd, put it back and bury it under the other ones. Just be like, it's not my job to worry about what knives we have in this section.
Lovely. Thank you. All right, cool. And that's me.
No worries. That is Miss Cotter getting ready for the gala. I think next, you know, I'm just gonna go down the line here. Let's meet up with the Amberwoods.
Okay.
I think we cut to. Oh, can you let me change the scene? Okay. We find ourselves in a carriage making its way through the streets of Arkpoint. Just down from the keep through Wallside towards sort of the docks area. It is late afternoon, nearly evening. Your parents are sitting across from you, dressed up as well as they can. And how has Janice dressed for this event?
So, Janice, with a bit of help from mostly his mother, actually, who insisted on something in traditional Amberwood styling. When my sprite loads in, has put together an ensemble, including a blue and gold amberwood colors blazer with gold trimmings and subtle gold embroidery all along its deep royal blue fabrics. In place of a waistcoat, despite some protest from his mother, he's managed to fit in the armor.
Yes.
After much debate. And so he's sitting comfortably in his armor with this blazer over the top, and per his mother's insistence, a white ruffle around the neck.
Yes, there was definitely a bit of a back and forth on that, but in the end, it was your father who talked her down from making you take it off. Sort of understanding some things you've been through recently.
And the last time we went to a party.
And the last time you all went to a party. Well, I mean, you do look quite handsome.
Thank you, Mother. I've been doing a bit of extra reading about this party we're going to.
What have you learned?
So this was Lady Sanguis's sort of. Oh, what did she call it? This was Lady Sanguis's rehabilitation clinic, I think was the word she used. This is a fundraiser because of what happened to Malvi Sanguis at the last party.
Yes, that is correct. Yes, she's decided to help the people of the city who are dealing with addiction and whatnot. So, the gala is an occasion for people who have wealth that they can spare to meet up and provide their support.
I'm glad we're going. This is the kind of thing the city needs, I think. Helping people.
Agreed.
Oh. Janice kind of stretches a little bit. Oh. Oh. I'm almost a little nervous.
Well, there's nothing to be nervous about. I mean, I don't think it's going to end like the soiree, but your mother sort of trails off at that. She doesn't really know how to finish that.
If we're a bit lucky. I mean, it would be difficult to get something like that happening onto a boat or a barge or something. Especially the golems. Somehow I don't see there being golems on a boat. And he sort of mumbles to himself about how impractical that would be to have that as a defensive measure.
Yes. Your father kind of chuckles. It's like, oh, I agree. It'd be nice to just enjoy a party for it being a party for once. Well, I think we're here as the carriage comes to a stop. Hear the driver get off and open the door, help you guys out onto the dock district as you spot this beautiful ship, the Cardinal Majesty. It's resplendent in red and white paint. The big paddles on the side, and a big banner sort of stretched across it saying Sanguis Rehabilitation and Recovery Center Fundraiser Gala. You see a small line of people sort of at the boarding plank, and someone checking invitations.
All right. All aboard, I think they say.
Yes, quite. And you and your family make your way down to the dock, hand over the invitation, and board the Cardinal Majesty. Well, next, we need to figure out how a certain private investigator is arriving.
All
So,
right.
Scoop, you received this invitation. Probably surprised at first. This doesn't seem like the kind of thing you get invited to usually. But it was basically at the request as a thank you from both Lord Amberwood and Mr. Ciderano for being instrumental in the rescuing of their children when they were kidnapped.
Well, after some thorough, quote-unquote, handwriting analysis to prove that this isn't a feint by a rival to lead me into a trap, Skip decided to attend this soiree. Before he does, preparing for his night out, he fixes up his attire, slicks back his hair, and takes a moment to sort of deconstruct his crossbow in an attempt to make it into a fashion that it can be snuck aboard, but in doing so loses a part and doesn't know how to put it back together again.
Okay.
And
Sorry, quick question for as a DM. Does this mean you're going into this unarmed?
I have on my person a knife as backup.
Okay.
Actually, I
I
believe
swear
it's
to God, if the battle sprite is inaccurate, I swear to.
listen. They don't know it doesn't work.
Rain.
It's together.
Nope.
It's just not functional.
Don't worry, this ship has a short bridge.
Yep.
Think less. It's more that I'm gonna have to take a moment to put it together again.
Okay. Yeah, just wanted to
Alright.
check.
All right.
Scoop without his trusty
Second.
number 9 is
A
sorry,
sad
sad.
thing indeed.
So suffice to say, upon Scoop's desk is like a collection of ties, all in various states of shabbiness. And he's just going through them one by one, trying to pick out the one with the least stains. On the other side is just an assortment of screws and parts of his crossbow. And he picks one up, puts it on, like dials it up, and is looking at himself in like a small like what would be a compact for somewhat like a beauty compact that he's clearly like picked up somewhere on the ground. He's trying to like squint to get a good look at himself in the small mirror. Like, and he's putting his hands up to his head, like to his hair. It's like, the accountant said, "Look back and to the right, like, twist, and gel's on my hands." Not sure how I feel about this. Should be fine. All right. You hear some scraping and the sounds of various tinkles and jangles as Scoop scoops his crossbow into a pocket and grabs like a multi-tool off his desk. I'll fix this all the way.
You wander the streets, making your way across the Sharktooth Island towards the dock where the Cardinal Majesty is docked. And yes, you see the similar sight as Janice. In fact, pretty much identical, because as you get there, you see the carriage with the amberwood sigil on it start to pull away as the amberwoods make their way down.
Familiar sight.
Do you make yourself known to them, or you let them board first?
I take a moment to sort of get a sense to see if there's any other people around me, like who's currently present. Could I roll a
Perception?
or
Yeah, give me a
investigation?
perception.
Good thing I have good perception. That is a 13.
13. You see, I mean, there's various dock workers around, obviously, but they're not lining up for the excuse me. They're not lining up to board. But in the line to board, you see the amberwoods start lining up. See some various people that you recognize as potentially your city workers, like sort of politician types, or businessmen that you've seen in the news and stuff. No one particularly that you recognize other than them. You think you probably catch Miss Cotter at some point, like run across the deck on the ship.
It's not a run. It's a hurry.
A hurry, sorry. Miss Cotter hurrying across the deck.
There we go.
I see. Well, this seems like a safe environment. I'm gonna walk forward, for a moment, pat my chest in a bit of stress, and pull the invitation out of my back pocket. That would have been bad if I'd forgotten that. So, I stroll up to presumably whoever is letting people aboard.
Yes, so there's this well-dressed human man with like sort of a pencil mustache and short black hair. He's like, hello.
Oh, do you mind if I just wait in line right here? That's like there. Where's the line start? Like,
You're at the front of the line. Can I help you?
I am? Maybe. Do you mind if... I'm not really used to this. Do you mind if I go see someone else try it first so I know how to do it?
This is... Are you here to attend the gala or not?
Yes.
Well, may I see your invitation, please?
This, yeah? And I hold up... Scoop holds up the invitation, like,
He
in his
gestures
fingers.
to ask to be handed it.
I hold it out towards him.
May I take it, please?
Is that...
Yes, I need to take it to
Are
read
you
it.
holding it like a cop's badge?
I hand it to him and I'm a little reluctantly, like, let go.
He
And then I step back with my hands up as if, like, just to make sure I'm not interfering in any way.
he gives a very confused look and like reads over the invitation. Actually checks the back to make sure it's not like forged or anything. Looks over it at you, sort of squinting. He's like, well, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your night. Folds it up and hands it back to you.
Thank you. I put it in my breast pocket. Everything... They'll just go on board now?
Just make your way into the lounge area.
Oh.
We will be setting off in about half an hour.
Thanks. That wasn't so bad. And I stroll aboard the boat.
No worries. You make your way along the deck. How's Scoop feeling about this?
Scoop's excited to have actually handed in an invitation and not been arrested immediately.
Okay. Well.
It's the little things you got to appreciate in life.
One last attendee. Mr. Account.
Good afternoon.
How have you spent the afternoon getting ready?
I like to think, actually, he spent quite a bit of time getting dressed today. He was a little bit indecisive about like details. He was getting really stuck on them, trying to work out if one cuff link was better than another cuff link, trying to work out if a double Windsor or a single Windsor would be more appropriate. And he doesn't quite know why. He's a little anxious about this. It's not the people, and it's not the boat, not the location. He's got everything ready. There's a small box, maybe about 1.5 feet, sitting on his bed that is well, like it's nice. It's wrapped, and he is constantly checking the time, just making sure.
I think as that is happening, you feel a nudge at your leg as Frog, your loyal hand, sort of nuzzles you and looks up.
Yeah. I don't know, okay? If I did, I would just deal with that, and then we could get on with this. You think it's the tie?
Cocks his head.
I mean, it usually looks fine.
You can see he's like holding 2 ties, pulls out a third one, tries to compare the pair, shows them to Prague one at a time, trying to get some input here.
I think Prague just literally just nods his head at one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one I always wear. It's going to be fine.
Quickly looks over at the time again. It's 1 minute since he checked last.
You think it's a good idea, though, right? Like, overall? Yeah, okay. And you're coming, right? Okay, good. You sure about the tie? Okay. No, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. Yeah.
As you say this, Prague sort of runs over to your bedroom, and you hear like a rustling in your wardrobe, and he comes back with a bow tie of his own. He drops it at your feet.
I hadn't forgotten. I was just gonna wait. Yeah, of course I'll put it on. And he quickly like gets down, takes the bow, pulls it around, ties it correctly, adjusts it a couple of times. Okay, now sit.
Sure.
Full up. Back legs. Oh, there you go. Adjust it a little bit more. Okay, now you look mint.
Prague has replaced his collar with a fancy bow tie.
Okay. You think the coat's too much, or is that like the right kind of feel? The coat's good.
He puts just a paw like on your leg, just stares at you.
Yeah, I know. We already did this morning. Yeah, okay. No, we're good. All right. And he puts on the rest of his outfit, putting on his large cloak. Do I do the thing? I think I do the thing now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Shouldn't be too much longer, right?
It comes to about the time where, if you head off, you'll be right on time as to get right.
Okay. So the accountant grabs his little prepared box, takes a checkbook, puts it inside his coat jacket, and yeah, along with Prague, he takes his cane and he makes his way outside for a carriage to arrive.
Carriage pulls up outside your abode.
And the trip there is much of the same once again, except now he can't change outfit.
Yeah. Prague is just resting his head on your lap at this point. Just
It's easy for you. I can't just do that now, can I?
Prague gives you a look.
The accountant pauses for a moment. No. We're probably almost there. Gonna look out the window, not look at his accusing dog.
After a little bit, the carriage arrives at the docks. You see this fantastic paddle steamer boat. People boarding. The crew preparing.
He steps out of the carriage and kind of for a moment he's going to walk a little bit more towards like just the water itself. And, you know, because looking down I can see the line of people making their way in. I was kind of going to enjoy the ocean just for an extra moment. But after a bit, seeing the line like shrink, he's going to make his way over and head up the ramp.
Prague follows diligently beside you, and as you reach top of the ramp, sits. Oh, hello. Are you here for the same human man with the pencil mustache and short hair?
Fundraiser. Yes, I am.
Invitation,
name-
please.
Pull out my invitation and I give it to him.
Thank you. Looks it over. Seems a bit like sees slight confusion on the face of the Mr. Accountant, sir. Is that your full name?
It is correct.
Holds it up. And is this animal with you?
Again, he takes a quick second.
Yes. This is Praugustine. He is my +1.
No worries. Please make your way on board. If there are any troubles.
Prague, thank the man.
Prague looks up. And, like, gives, like, his knee, like, a lick.
Aww.
The man doesn't know how to react. This is the face of a man who's like, I have to deal with rich people a lot. I can't say anything.
This
is a big,
brings an air
scary
of
rich man.
relief to the accountant. He feels really good right now. This is good. Excellent. No violence necessary. Everything's cool. Head on into the ship and begin looking around for familiar faces.
No worries. Well, I think we can all find ourselves in the lounge of the Cardinal Majesty.
Ooh. Oh, I like this.
We're all gonna die here.
I know, right?
The-
It's
But
You make your way
in
inside.
style.
You see a crowd of people. There's about 30 to 40 people here at the moment. Including some of the staff. There's a well-stocked bar taking up part of the side, the port side of the ship, of this room. There are candles and chandeliers lighting up everything with a nice warm glow. Wooden furniture with red cushioning and some leather. The shades are drawn over the windows at the moment, giving everything a warm feel. There's conversations happening. And being the observant man you are, you quickly spot Scoop and the Amberwoods having a conversation.
As well as several dimes.
As well as, yeah, like, you quick glance out the side, you see a pot plant that seems to have a knife hidden behind it.
And not hidden behind it. It's amongst the foliage.
Yeah, amongst
She's
the
got
foliage.
some taste.
Yes. Like, it's placed in a way that kind of makes it look like part of the plant. But you recognize sharp metal when you see it.
That's really reassuring, actually. He smiles a little bit.
That's okay.
I'm gonna head over to the Amberwoods.
No worries.
To Scoop.
Oh my god, the layers of not having to know people, but pretending to know people, but to know people, but to not know them. Ah! My feelings, my heart.
What are the Amberwoods talking about with Scoop right now?
Well,
The last time Violet saw you was at the last party held by
That's true.
Sanguis.
Scoop, much in keeping with his understanding of decorum, and much in keeping with his sprite, has a plate full of finger food and is going at it.
Oh, actually, just once again, big shout out to Scarlet for all these sprites.
Ta-da! I hope you guys like
Fantastic
them.
work.
Oh yeah, we look good.
Damn good.
And thanks again to Eldritch Flatcap as well for putting a bow tie on Prague. As well as many
That
other
meant a lot to me.
many
Want you to
other character sprites. They're all so fabulous.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yes. Scoop's regaling them about a story that he read once about, like, how easily certain jewels and such can be forged, so that the person can barely even tell the difference, even to the most discerning eye. But if you bash against, like, actual gemstones are far more durable. If you bash them against certain things, well, certain gemstones, other gemstones are extremely brittle. You don't want to smash those. This all started because so Lady Amberwood with her jewelry and just said, "Ooh, I know how to fake those."
Lady Amberwood is definitely feigning politeness, not really sure how to react to this. Quincy
I'll say-
is honestly, he's enjoying the story. Like, he's like, you can tell this is kind of a novelty to him. He doesn't usually have conversations like this in his day-to-day.
And one final moment of self-awareness, Scoop puts down like the crab cake that he's eating and just brushes his saffron because, but your gems and jewelry is top notch. It's fantastic. Is that a gift perhaps from your husband?
Yes, it was. Thank you. I quite enjoy these pieces. They match well with the dress.
Well, you are turning to the Lord.
If
Well,
you'll excuse me, I need to
fine,
go get myself some refreshments.
Oh, by all means, try these cakes. They're fantastic.
I'll take the recommendation on board. And Lady Amberwood sort of walks away towards the bar. And starts up a
out.
conversation with some other
Anyone
ladies
else?
you see.
Anyone else?
Lord Amberwood. Oh, I should probably follow her. Make my I gotta shake hands with everyone, as it were. But I'm glad you could attend.
Understandable. Well, thank you for the invitation. It meant a lot. I'll
Well, you helped me a lot. And he looks over at Janice and sort of gives a knowing nod and makes his way away. As a large apple sort of approaches.
That's you.
Just making sure, right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I've just missed the Lord and Lady. I trust they are having a good evening. How are you both doing?
Oh, quite well. Well, they're a quite good conversation. They're talking about jewelry and such. Did you know that you can actually make rubies yourself with an intense enough amount of heat and certain chemicals?
As it happens, Mr. Scoop, I did indeed. And Janice, how are you this evening, afternoon?
Glad to see you, sir. Wait, does everybody know about this thing with rubies? Is this common knowledge?
Oh yeah. Oh, I can send you a book about it. Oh, I think I lent it to the account at last.
But if you would like, I'd be more than happy to pass it on.
Well, that's right. You hang on to it. Now that I know what to look for, I might be able to find it in the library. Or something similar.
Perhaps. Just, don't ask the librarian on a book on how to forge rubies. As a general, good idea.
I ran into that the hard way.
And you see gears kind of turning from him. Like, oh, that's. Oh. Understood.
So, well, this is a lovely establishment. Have either of you... No. Have either of you found a lovely host for this evening?
The accountant looking around, not really for the host.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they're around somewhere.
Where is the person he's looking for right now? What is she up to?
You mean? I was about to say she. You mean Prague?
Where are you?
Oh, she's with Lady Sanguis for sure. I think the moment that the number of people increased to like 10 guests, she just, even though she's not supposed to, she was by Lady Sanguis's side and is honestly been looking for the accountant because she's got something for him and he's a +1 and what does a +1 do? Like, you have to be next to each other? How does it work? She doesn't understand it.
I think this Lady Sanguis currently is in sort of the far corner of the room, greeting people as they come up. And
Actually, I think if Prague's around, does Prague go to Miss Cotta first?
I think Prague followed the accountant up to Scoop and Janice, and then just kept walking.
And you didn't notice?
Oh, I think the accountant would have noticed.
I
Like
think
dog.
his stealth is way too good for me.
That's
Like
impressive.
dog.
You know, okay,
Wing dog.
I'm gonna roll. Nat 20.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
This is Prague, man.
I love the idea that you're gonna find Prague, but not me.
Well, I'm in the same room, right? So I've
Yes.
seen, I would have seen Scoop and Janice, and she would have been like, "Oh, thank goodness," and that like
I
not wanting to
definitely
leave
think-
because she's not supposed to.
You saw them arrive. You probably said your hellos. You definitely would have noticed the accountant, as his head is
You know.
above the rest of the crowd. So you, unless you were maybe a little distracted talking to someone at the time, but
I think she was distracted trying to look like she was talking to someone at the time.
yeah.
Have I actually managed to talk to anybody? Like, have they even acknowledged me?
No one's really gone out of their way to talk to you. I think because you're standing next to Lady Sanguis, some of them have said hello and like asked, what you do.
The awkward silence when I say the awkward moment when I'm like, I'm the maid, and Lady Sanguis like, no, you're my friend, you're a guest. It's that sort of. I can totally picture that.
Yes,
Um,
but definitely, as you say that, they sort of lose interest in any conversation, though.
Which she's very grateful for.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I think when she spies the accountant, and there's a visible actual like exhale, and she like relaxes her shoulders, and like she already had relaxed a little bit knowing that she had backup in the form of Scoop and Janice around, but like just generally like, oh thank goodness. And then like she suddenly becomes really alert, and if Prague runs up to her or like manages to pop in.
You manage to feel sort of wet nose on your leg through your stocking.
Prague! Oh, I didn't know he was bringing you. Hello! Don't you look handsome today? Oh my goodness, look at this bow tie! Is that the accountant's?
At that sort of quick bark and you talking to Prague, Lady Sanguis and Dame Naval both sort of took notice and who is this?
And
Miss Cotta.
Miss Cotta with a genuine smile on her face. A genuine smile that like it feels surprising to literally anybody who sees it. Like the freckles on her cheeks sort of perk up and like catch the light. The like glasses kind of like are slightly askewed on the nose because she's like ruffled and has forgotten herself for a second. And she's like, "Oh, this is Progustine. He's the accountant's actually." And then she looks for him, knowing that he's there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're keeping an eye out.
As you sort of say that, you hear Dame Naval sort of whisper to Bonnie. It's like, who's the accountant? And Bonnie, oh, that must be Miss Cotta's +1.
Do I notice this? Sorry.
Yeah, you've probably noticed them in the corner now.
head on over.
Oh,
This is great.
as
The player
you
is super
approach,
happy
you
right
definitely
now.
see sort of like the Bonnie seems honestly quite surprised but happy to see Miss Cotter acting this way. Dame Naval seems a bit more taken aback at the whole thing. Like, not outwardly so, but like a bit. That is a big man, and he's brought a dog. Who is he? Sort of.
Good afternoon, Lady Sanguis. It is a pleasure to be aboard your vessel.
It is lovely to have you. Thank you for attending. Is this your dog?
I do apologize if he has gotten up to any mischief. Prague, that is him.
He seems very well behaved. It should be no.
Miss Cotter, a pleasure. You
And
look-
as she locks eyes with you and goes, "Oh, would never be any trouble." And she's smiling, and this is like the smile of relief, the smile of "Oh, thank God you're here." But it hasn't quite hit yet because she's not in that brain.
He kind of like pauses halfway through that sentence as you speak and finishes it.
absolutely decadent, if I may say so.
Decadent, and it's just like there's just a, but I'm not a pastry. Just that pause. Oh, she doesn't quite understand what's going on. Oh, hang on. Oh, and then she sees that you're all well dressed. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. She doesn't know what to do. She's like hands still on Prague. Looks like you're huge on her at this point.
You feel just like a slight nudge from Bonnie's elbow, just like
Well, it's just like going.
yeah, subtle, but yeah.
Oh,
Oof.
oh, no, I mean, I'm still not sure her plus ones work, but
I do believe
got-
she had a gift to give you.
Yeah, that. is-
Well, if you do not, if it is not an inconvenience to you, my lady, and your guest, would you awfully mind if I take Miss Cotter, perhaps grab a drink, stand outside and enjoy the beautiful scenery we have?
Please enjoy the night. Evening.
Accountant turns, nods to whoever that other person is, and extends an elbow out towards Miss Cotter.
Escoda like pauses for a second, thinking that she like needs to match elbows, and then realizes that she's supposed to take it, and she stands up, full dress down. Prague is a good boy and would not stand on her dress at all. And she kind of breathes sigh of relief, genuine sigh of relief, and then like kind of the texture's different than what she was expecting, because she's used to your other suit jacket, and this feels different. Is it a new type of material? She says, grabbing the envelope and like the package that she's checked on about 352 times, and takes your arm and goes, "Thank goodness you're here."
The accountant, being the accountant, kind of momentarily concerned.
Is everything okay?
See, what you just did there was exactly why I can't do it.
Realizing that no one's in danger and we're all safe and everything's fine, he actually chuckles a little bit.
Oh, Wasn't expecting Prague. Prague, you look so handsome. It really suits you.
Well, you know, it was hard to convince him not to come.
That is a lie.
That's like, and then she turns to you as like, we're heading out, I suppose, onto the water area, like the more open space,
Yeah,
probably for some
can-
fresh air.
Put us out on the deck.
Please, help, help, help. Ooh, it nice.
The it's a lot more calm out here. The last few people seem to be arriving, but you sort of made your way onto the opposite side from where the gangplank is, looking out over the river. You can hear the muffled music through the wall, but the sound doesn't make its way through very well. So you can hear the lapping of the water and sound of the water foul and people rushing around on the dock behind you.
As they walk past the door frame, Miss Cotta double checks to see if the knife that she strategically snuck into like the woodwork is still there. It's still there.
It is
And
still
just-
there.
And she honestly slumps a little bit and just goes, I'm so grateful that you came. Thank you.
I mean, I wouldn't miss it. You invited me. Of course I'll be here.
Well, I mean, I'm not, if you're busy or any of that sort of stuff. I was really, honestly surprised to scoop here. But at the same time, I understood why he was invited. Just... Oh, sorry, right. And she reaches back into her pocket. Hang on. Yeah, my girl's totally unaware. She brushes the side of the skirt to the side a little bit as she pulls out from one of the holsters the package for you. Totally unaware of what she's doing. It's just all right, here. I got you something.
Oh, thank you.
And he takes the package.
Well, that's, this is a very lovely dress, Miss Cotter. Just wanted to let you know that.
Oh,
I also
thank
got this for you.
And he kind of, a little less gracefully than normal, has a box that he pulls out of his pocket and offers to you. It's...
For me?
Well, you invited me.
You didn't have to do something like that. That's so sweet. She takes it and goes, I just hope it matches. I know how particular about the way you dress is. And then I asked Lady Sanguis about how this one's is supposed to work, and it was supposed to be for tonight, but if you'd like to keep what you're wearing now, it's all good, no worries. But she's holding this box in a
I'm gonna open that package now. I would like to see what is in this thing. Does this mean I can finally now open?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Oh my god.
Made out of the same material as Miss Cotter's dress.
Oh my goodness.
Is a lovely tie.
My god. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's sick. I really hadn't seen that till just now.
For context for the people at home, he's had a folder for his sprite that he hasn't been able to touch the entire time.
Yeah, that's sick. I as a player just want to own this now. Oh god
It's
damn.
got that same sort of iridescent sort of shimmer over it, and it's a perfect match for the material on Miss Cotter's dress.
The accountant.
I hope it's okay.
You would not believe the afternoon I have had trying to pick the correct tie. This is perfect.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, as for this, what do I do with do I open it now? What do I do?
Yes, sorry, please.
Oh, all right. She like double checks the box. You see the way that she holds it. There's like, oh, she knows she trusts you, but there's just an instinctual way that she runs her finger around the seam that you, as a person in the same sort of industry, knows is a I check for traps kind of motion, just out of habit. And she like opens it up, and what's inside?
So I try and describe this correctly. It's a brooch is probably the best way I could describe it. A brooch pin, something along those lines. Regardless, you see it is a long-ish metal stem that is kind of a lightish green, and it arcs up, kind of splits into two smaller, like branch-like things, and coming off the side of like the left top is what you could almost describe. They kind of look like bells, like little bell-shaped flowers, but they point downwards, and they're purple. And they've got this little kind of spotted pattern on the inside. And you would recognize this as foxglove.
Oh shit! There's like this genuine like she's speechless. She's just like there's like there's a sort of sadness almost actually to the way that she touches it. But are you sure this is okay?
There is literally one of
me?
this in the world, and it belongs to you.
Wait, so was it did you find it, or I don't I
I had it made.
for me?
Well, it's not for Prague.
She lifts her hand up to the brooch around her neck, and there's a pause. And then she rests her hands up to the pin in her hair. And I would like to slightly retcon the way that pin looks, because this is too freaking perfect.
Yeah.
And she goes, "May I have some help putting it in here?"
Yes, of course.
As she gestures up to her bun. You know how much I'm freaking out right now?
Okay. The accountant kind of takes a step a little bit closer, so we can kind of like.
She
lean
leans her
over.
head down. Oh, yep.
And just here.
Kind of. Instructions unclear.
So, binding her hair together is a ribbon and a tie. So I'm imagining the accountant like pins it to said ribbon and tie,
That makes so much more sense.
right?
That's exactly what he does.
And as he does that, she's like, "I'm sorry, I can't take the other one off. For reasons to do with." She gestures at the entirety of herself, realizes that doesn't communicate. It's to help stop people finding me. And I don't think I can.
That's okay. I just thought you liked brooches.
Oh,
It doesn't have to replace the one you want. The one you have.
No. It's beautiful. I feel bad. No, I don't know if my. I know it's not a competition at all, and it's about the meaning and the gesture, and I really wasn't expecting this. Thank you.
Well, I wasn't entirely expecting to be invited. So, thank you, though, for doing that. I'm really glad to be here.
To be honest, it didn't feel right knowing that the others were there and you weren't, and being around you makes me feel. I'd feel a lot safer with you around, for sure. If that's our. Thank you.
Did you help me put this on, if you wouldn't mind?
Right, and with a surprisingly practiced ease, as if she's done this potentially a million times before. She does need a little bit. She needs you to bend down a little bit because
The
you're a
accountant
bit.
just is going to go to one knee. It's a lot easier.
Oh my god. And it was, oh, thank you. I'm assuming you take off your tie for efficiency's sake. We both do the thing. As she ties it around and like sort of neatens it up on you, she like presses it down, straightens it out, and like we're both at roughly eye level, I guess, at this point.
I would guess.
And she goes, "It really suits you. And I forgot to say you look very handsome tonight too. I'm just very, very freaking out. Sorry."
Yeah, I get the impression this is not your usual scene.
No, I mean I wouldn't mind it if I was on the serving end with the canapes and stuff again. Like that's fine. I'm just very grateful. Most people, when they walk up to Lady Sanguis and myself, they just go shh when they go past me, and they just ignore it. The moment I say they're maid, their like eyes go like glaze over, and I'm very luckily out of talking. Oh, thank gosh. I don't mind talking to people. I just not good at this sort of thing.
I think you give everyone else a little bit more credit. I think that's probably true of most people here. Half the game is putting on your best face.
I don't exactly have one of those. Oh, is that like a disguise thing? Should I have brought my hat?
The accountant brings himself back up from his one knee. Maintaining eye contact, he does.
No, I think you have it already.
Alright. So the stern sort of just it's completely all of these compliments are flying completely over her head. I'm so sorry, man.
At this point, I think you've noticed that Prague has wandered off and left you two alone.
Oh. I wonder where he's gotten to.
He's getting awfully good at that.
He's a smart dog. Have you managed to
Too
talk to
smart.
Janison's? Have you managed to talk to Janice and Scoop?
Oh, yes, no, they're inside. I saw them just before. Getting up to mischief, no doubt. Well, actually, no, definitely no doubt. I'm 100% sure.
I really hope I'm not going to come in there and find that they've knocked over a glass fountain or something, or done anything.
Started cooking or something.
Oh, not more buffer steak.
If you stay
And
out here,
we,
pretend we're not there.
Cut to the interior.
I have an idea of where I'd like to be. I think Janice might join me in this.
How dare you line up a perfectly plausible series of events?
So, in one of the, not necessarily the corners, but one of the side tables, Skip has his crossbow just laid out over the thing, and we're looking, and Janice and I are walking around looking for a screw that'll fit.
100%.
I mean, if you want to give me an investigation check.
Hey, I'm good at that.
Both of you.
In theory, at least. Hey, not bad. Let's see. Investigation. 24.
Logically, I should give you the help action. But no.
You roll yourself.
Best I got is a 2.
I think Scoop comes to the realization that some of the armchairs have like some things like little decorative bits screwed on, and if you manage to grab one of those screws, it might fit perfectly.
This man in chairs, I swear to God.
Skip knows his chairs.
That. Yeah, I'm just gonna run with it. Yeah.
Skip would like to roll stealth to sort of nick one of these.
I think that'd be sleight of hand. Yeah.
Oh, I can do that too.
Yep.
Let's see. Sleight of hand. That's a 15.
Do you think maybe there's one of these outside as well?
Oh.
Out on deck where the open air and the lighting's a bit dimmer. No, it's too. Never mind.
Luckily, everyone seems to be just kind of not paying you much attention. You manage to sneakily just like sort of back up against the chair, probably sit in it,
And just
and
put the arm over the thing, just sort of unscrewing it from the other side.
Yeah.
With a plate of snacks in his hand, just looking on the room so no one notices.
So you get the screw.
Skip is well adept at pulling screws and removing bolts from chairs he's sitting in.
This same energy is stealing cutlery from a restaurant.
I think as
You're
you make your
saying-
way back to the crossbow, Lord Amberwood approaches the pair of you. With and he's accompanied by another man, a little bit shorter than Quincy, but a bit more broad. He has short combed hair, kept pretty neat, a big bushy mustache. He's wearing a nice blue suit, and his tie is in the colors of the city, basically, the Amberwood blue and gold. Oop. Oh no, I've lost him.
There you go.
I must go. My planet needs me.
I was trying to flip him around.
What I was going for.
Oh god. You know, there we go.
Goodbye
It's
forever.
fine. It's fine. I will worry about the facing later.
It's all right, chat. He's back. He's back. It's okay.
He's back. I'm not sure if you've met this man before, Janice, but your father.
I recognize a counselor when I see one.
Yes, this is one of the counselors. Not one you've worked with personally, but you have seen them around. And your father walks over. He's like, Janice, I would like to introduce you to Councillor Woodrow, the Security Council.
Oh, yes, of course. Counselor, it's pleasant to meet you.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you too, Janice. I've heard you've helped out your father a lot recently. How have you been finding the job?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I've been learning quite a bit. The city's a far more complex beast than I ever would have figured out on my own.
Oh yes, quite. I've heard that you've been interested in the helping the watch a bit.
Oh, from time to time. As you probably know, not in any official capacity, but I mean, when you make friends in certain places, he sort of looks vaguely towards the group.
Scoops with his head down, like a crossbow, but it's not moving.
Yes. Actually, could Janice give me an insight check?
Okay. If I can. Yeah. That is an 11.
Yeah, an 11. You definitely notice the counselor sort of taking a good look at what's laid out on the table there. Oh. Yes. Well, I have heard of Private Scoop's exploits and helping out with what is their name? Mary Cross. Yes.
It's a detective.
Apologies, Detective School. It's an impressive,
And,
field strip you've done there.
yeah, very practice. You know,
I do.
done a lot of things.
There was a bit missing, although we've got that sorted now.
Yes,
I shall leave
it's
you
fine.
to enjoy the evening.
Yes.
And they make their way, leaving you alone.
I would like to make a sleight of hand check.
Mhm.
Scoop reassembles his crossbow without saying a word in a very short amount of time.
Yep.
That's an 18.
With practiced ease, you put it together. It's completely functional.
Scoop just watches the man walk away.
What's Quincy doing through all this?
He was just sort of letting the
He left us
conversation
to
play
it and
out.
buggered off.
Yeah. He just sort of let the conversation play off, and as Woodrow sort of left, he walked off with him to start another conversation with some other counselors you recognize.
Councillor Woodrow. Councillor Woodrow. Councillor. Right, he's the
Council.
one who reviews all the watch reports. Well, most of them.
Yes. So, as security counselor, he's in charge of maintaining the watch and the guard. What was that history check you did for me again? What was the number?
I think it was a dirty 20.
I think so too. Muddy 20.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So you know, as Janice knows, not long before he was born, Arkpoint was minorly involved in a war. There was a war between their trading. So one of their trading partners and allies across the ocean was attacked by one of their neighbors, and Arkpoint sent troops to help. Councillor Woodrow was an influential officer in that war, and when the war ended, he was basically credited as a hero and helped. But once the war was over, he decided he didn't want to be a part of the guard himself anymore and settled more into a politician role.
Yes, a much more relaxing and sensible position.
Relaxing, quotation marks.
Hmm. I see. So Woodrow... Scoop, you remember the business with Captain Harkus?
I do.
The counselor is essentially Harkus's boss's boss, I think?
In a sense, yeah.
That tracks. Always good to have, higher clearance for things.
Oh, he is on the council. I don't see him very often, though.
That's definitely news to me. I'm surprised you made it up there.
Hey, where'd all the parts go?
Oh, they're right here. And I hold up. I gesture with the phenomenon in my hand. See, all fixed. Thanks for your help. And I
Oh, happy to help.
holster it.
You got someone safe to put that?
Yeah. Same holster I put it in. What's this part? Oh! Where's the chair? I need to put a screw back.
He does this on purpose. He does this
I like
on
the idea
purpose.
that Scoop looks over at the chair they took apart from and someone's sitting in it. So,
Oh
I'll do
yeah.
that later.
Real silence when.
Yeah, you see like an elderly businessman sort of relaxing in the chair with a glass of scotch in his hand.
I've done it relaxing too far back.
You took it was a decorative piece that you unscrewed, nothing functional. You hope.
I didn't check if it was integral. I checked if it was the screw I needed.
Is this a payroll?
Oh, I'm sure we'll find out about that next session when the penny drops.
Give me
Everything
the chair!
unravels.
The accountant goes to hit someone with a chair later on, just pulls the handle as a clip.
I think as you're
Almost.
noticing this, do the accountant and Miss Cotter come back into the room? Or are
That's
you...
an excellent question.
I like to think that people start kind of like spreading out across the ship at a certain point. Like the room becomes less full and they start taking advantage of the deck.
Well,
Yeah.
I think at this point, actually, the captain sort of has a speaker system and says that the ship is ready to depart. Please stand clear of the gangplank. And if everyone could make their way back to the lounge for an announcement.
So they've got those loudspeaker stones now. That's quite impressive.
That gave me a bloody fright. That did. Oh, I almost got out a knife. That would have been bad and a bit awkward to explain.
Well, you just say that you were very hungry. Would you care to head inside and grab a drink?
A drink sounds honestly incredibly lovely right now. Not that it'll do much, but I'll take what I can get. As she... Is she still holding onto your arm?
I was gonna say, once again, he would extend his elbow out. Unless she
And
is.
I think there was a brief moment where she thought she had to do it, but you'd already done it, and so she puts her hand in and takes it and goes, "It's like this, right?"
Yes. You're doing great.
Thank you. I hope I am. The last time I went to... And there's like a pause. And the last time I went to something this fancy, and or something this fancy, my hair was all purple, and it was Panama's doing.
The best kind of purple?
Oh, I don't like to cut my hair.
I
makes
think
me
I've just
uncomfortable.
noticed that, yeah.
Yeah, it makes me really, honestly, uncomfortable when it's too short. Even if it gets in the way, I haven't really ever noticed. But there was a time and she like lifts her other hand up and touches the pendant in her hair. When the fox's glove first opened, and both of them absolutely insisted that I actually go.
You can say what you will. I hear it's a good club.
If you like that sort of thing, but I never really saw any of it. There's a couple of rooms further upstairs that are a lot quieter. And there's a small smile. And filled to the brim with plants. Because Ricky would. Thank you for the other night. It's just been very good to hear that they're okay.
Well, I will let you know as much as I can when I can. But don't expect many more updates.
Oh, I wouldn't want to put you in that position. I know it's really difficult. Honestly, the fact you're here at all just is... Well, I'm grateful, is to say the least. I know it's probably not easy. I never really had the unpublic side of it. Mainly holed up in, well, the greenhouse or the library or... the offices.
I'm going to apologize. I think I perhaps should have mentioned this earlier.
Yeah.
I am no longer on any side, actually. I quit.
There's like a ... Quit... counting? Blink, blink, blink. Then blink, blink. Oh! Wait! And then she checks you over immediately. Her first reaction, and like you feel, I'm gonna spend a single point of lay on hands to just do a cursory, like, has he been poisoned? Is he okay? Is there a Bible on him? Is he all right? Is there anything on him? It's like it's like a default reaction, and she doesn't even realize that like there are other people who are probably like, why is this woman patting this man down so thoroughly? Damn.
I love the idea that your lay of hands is basically like,
Give me his stats, quick!
She's going basically a once over to be like, has he been poisoned? Is he all right? Like, what? And when she finds nothing, because she likely finds nothing, right?
nothing.
And could they just let... He just let you go?
Looks perhaps a little bit confused.
Well, yes. I spoke with, well, you know who, a couple of weeks ago, and informed him that I would no longer remain in his employ.
She's so, like, struck by this info. There's a... Man, the amount of information I give over because I know you've got to observe it. There's, like, the flickering of... what? And then And then you see, like, two major emotions play out. It's a... But who's going to protect him now? And, but that means that maybe I didn't have to. And she's like fully struck, and then like I'm assuming that the ship takes off probably during like her freeze frame, essentially, of existence.
Yeah, the sort of slow. You start feeling the inertia and hearing the water under the paddles sort of start making as the paddles start up, you hear the water move and the ship start making its way down the river towards the bay. And most people have cleared the deck now and made their way inside.
And what did he say?
Well, he wished me luck in my future endeavors. And, of course, should our paths cross again, well, I'm no longer a member of the Attila family, and whatever happens, happens. Though I have no intentions of such things.
Was he angry?
No, I wouldn't say so. Seemed quite peaceable, if anything. Perhaps I should not have mentioned this.
No. I just... Well, I suppose I don't have to worry about you potentially saying anything. Not that you would, but it's... I just didn't think you could do that. Especially given that, well, and there's a real pause as she like checks her hands when people have left unfavorably. Well, that was usually my job.
There is that possibility. I am aware such things could occur.
I wouldn't.
I didn't mean you.
Oh, and suppose I'm not working for the Attila family either, so.
Well, thank you.
For what?
For reminding me that I could be someone better.
So she's really confused at that. But you're already brilliant.
Takes a second.
Thank you for saying so.
What? Is it not obvious? It's honestly why I didn't think to first mention, like, how nice you look tonight. You usually dress really well, and you're always really handsome.
I'd
She's
like
just
to roll
like,
a Constitution save, please.
for my heart, please.
Oh no, that one, I was like, as long as you don't check my heart rate with your lay on hands, I'm fine. I don't have to say a damn thing.
Excellent.
This is brilliant.
I would say there is a darker green tinge to his cheeks in this moment. I would say that quite fairly, honestly.
And she's just smiling at you, kind of confused and like not really registering any of this stuff.
And
Him, who is also not registering that you're not registering.
I think you both make your way back into the lounge, hand in hand, or elbow in arm in arm.
Elbow in arm.
Yeah.
Arm in arm.
Together.
together,
Together. There we go.
both with big smiles. It seems.
With a tinge of like full world rocked. What do? At least on Miss Connor's end.
And as you make your way in, you see Bonnie has just made her way up onto the little stage where the band is playing, and
She's been
catches you two walking in and gives a little smirk, and then addresses the crowd. Welcome and thank you, everyone. I'm sure most of you know who I am, but for the few that don't, I am Lady Bonnie Sanguis, widow of Lord Malvi Sanguis. My late husband was a good man, always striving to make the world a better place with his inventions and work on Arkpoint's council. Unfortunately, he had a bad habit. With drugs.
I think.
An addiction that took his life close to 6 months ago. Well, in honor of his legacy of improving the world, I have been working on converting our estate into the Sanguis Rehabilitation and Recovery Center. This will be a place dedicated to helping people overcome their addictions and start rebuilding their lives healthier and happier than before. And it is through your support we can make this happen. So I cannot thank you all enough, but I do hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. And there's a bit of a round of applause from everyone gathered
I think
as
I would say that I think halfway through the speech, Miss Cotter would have left the accountant to go get a handkerchief and be there for her mistress with an apology.
as she gets off the stage and takes the handkerchief, we see a wide shot of this paddle steamer leave the mouth of the Arkpoint River and make its way out into the bay in the ocean as the sun starts to set. And that's where we'll end today's session.
What do you mean? That's where we're in
what?
today's session.
What? How many hours has it been? What? wait, no, this is the first hour, right? Legit, like, what?
No.
Oh, but can we see it one last time before we go?
And let us fade to black afterwards.
Okay.
Especially because some people in the chat haven't seen it yet.
True.
I have some more.
We must.
Some more solid
All
crumb.
right, so the quick final little shout outs. Thank you again, Scarlet, for the amazing new character sprites. Thank you, Eldritch Flatcap, for all the work you've done on the NPC art. Thank you, Kevin MacLeod, for the music that I use.
If you're watching, thank you.
Check out Lux and get your OCs submitted, and if you find the College of Inspiration on Spotify, the episodes are uploaded in podcast form. Please also do check out Hatch from Quest Junkies UK, who made this amazing thing that we will end this stream on.
So good. Thanks, everyone. And
Thank
don't
you,
forget,
everyone. Don't forget to stay inspired.
Stay inspired.
Stay inspired.